the listening platforms and on YouTube. This is going to be doing things a little bit differently, and we are going to be doing our year in review.
Woo!
Woohoo! Both on YouTube and on the podcast. So if you prefer listening to stuff, listen to it on the podcast platforms. If you prefer watching it, watch it on YouTube. But without further ado, let's get into this. All right. So, who wants to go first on talking about what a year this has been?
Well...
Now, are we talking about, just for the channel or in general?
In general and for the channel.
In general, this year has been quite challenging, to say in the least.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of things that we've all been through, from, car breakages, losing and gaining jobs, to
Car accidents.
But we're still all here.
We're here.
We're still making content, and we're happy to keep pumping out these videos and podcasts for you guys.
For as long as we can. Another big thing is a lot of the videos slowed down, especially our investigations, because the computer I work on is ancient. It is a relic of the past.
Now, that's not to say that we haven't been doing investigations, because we have tons of investigations that we did this year that were never put out because our equipment was faulty and we could not edit anything for YouTube or any other platform. So all we had was this raw footage that was uncut, and
I can't put it together.
Yeah.
It's anything
over an hour.
Over an hour. Actually, not anything over 10 minutes. The program I work on and the computer just says no.
If it says anything, we're working on an old gateway.
Yeah.
But all of that should be changing, hopefully, in the next year. Julia and Spencer have gotten another computer.
Just gotta get set up.
So hopefully this next one will be better for editing, and we can get those investigations out to you. We had some really crazy stuff happen, and I'm really excited to get those
out into the world,
out in
finally.
the open.
As far as investigations go, these have been some intense investigations.
Anywhere from how cold it's been to equipment malfunctioning,
to
lost footage,
personal experiences,
to
crazy Estes methods.
The Estes methods have been wild this year.
Really crazy.
And an absolutely incredible collab with What Goes Bump. So excited.
Woo!
Yes.
We did a collab with What Goes Bump in the night, and we're still waiting for that to come out, but
Next
super
year.
excited to see that come to fruition.
We also saw people who were more on the skeptical side become believers, so that was wild to actually be there to experience, what about now? But that's all for the YouTube side. I promise that once that new computer's up and going, it's gonna be full systems go. I miss editing so much.
We're gonna have an editing party. I'm gonna come over. We're gonna have snacks, and we're gonna rotate.
Yes,
it's gonna happen.
Everybody switches in the editor chair.
it needs to happen. Let's see, what else was there? What was our least favorite video of the year?
I think we can all unanimously agree that the Little Nitro Gummy Bear Challenge, that
was hell.
Not again. Never
again. I love spicy things. We all went over this. We love spicy things, but that was just too much.
Too spicy.
Too spicy.
That was candy warfare.
That was
Yeah.
someone candied a part of hell, and then you put it in your mouth and die.
Yeah, that was it. That was probably one of the most worst experiences with anything spicy in my entire life. Like,
Though ironically, like I can't count the number of people who watched that video and then proceeded to like tell me about this video that I experienced myself months after. I'm like, yes, that was us. I'm aware. Thank you.
Weren't you guys the ones who did the gummy bear challenge?
Yeah.
I can still
Yes,
feel the
yes, you
burn
were.
in my stomach.
I can still feel the hole burned in my soul.
That's the one time I ever got sick from spicy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really surprising.
That was awful. But yeah, that was definitely the worst. What was everyone's favorite investigation this year?
Investigation? I would have to say the Stimson Hospital.
Stimson Hospital?
Mm-hmm. Just because even though something really crazy happened to me there, it was still one of those experiences that, like, I had never had before.
Mm-hmm.
And having gone through it, it just kind of solidified, my beliefs, the supernatural world, as far as like ghosts go, and and also the history behind it was just
So
really
cool.
rich. It was just a really cool place in general. It was our first full overnight.
We made it.
Investigation.
And the three of us
We
stayed
were
up
up all
the
night.
entire night.
We did not sleep
At
a
all.
wink, you guys.
We might have slept on the way home, but like,
Did I? I think I did.
Yeah,
pass
both of
out
you
for a
passed
bit.
out.
I think we passed out a little bit.
We both
on
went
the way back.
and then I tried to stay as awake as long as possible. Words are hard.
Words are hard.
And then fell asleep and we just left Ken alone to drive.
He got like the most sleep
He pretty much slept the entire time we were there.
because he was like super affected.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really weird experience, I think, for him, because and for us too, because we had never witnessed
Somebody
a
like,
location doing that to him
or
or any
yeah.
of our groups. So
That
he was just completely drained of energy, and we were a little concerned, honestly.
yes, Stimson was probably my favorite. Like as far as like experiences, our first full overnight, and like staying up, which I haven't done since like
high school.
maybe
Pulling an all-nighter.
pulling an all-nighter. I don't remember the last time I did that. Maybe senior year for like the prom, like after party thing.
Post-prom.
Post prom, that's what it is called. But just everything about that place was just wild as hell. Like, I just vividly replay some of those moments in my mind, and like it's so chilling. And then, as far as like other like investigations go, my definitely my second favorite. Words are hard.
Words are hard.
Would be we finally got to do the Van Buren poorhouse, which was just mind blowing. Like, I have been wanting to get in there for so long and just experience everything. And like, while it wasn't like intense, it was all just so interesting, and like everything seemed to play off one another on like the answers that we got. Like, some part of history came up in that place.
Yeah.
And even like our own investigation history came forth in some of our like subgroups that we broke off into. Like, if you remember the Felt Mansion from way back when, we met a spirit named Elizabeth, and she has been on virtually every investigation that we go on.
Yeah,
Her name pops up.
One of us has an attachment.
So and this happened at the poorhouse as well. So it's just really interesting to see those locations connect. So yeah, there's potential one of us has an Elizabeth.
What about you? What was your favorite?
I I gotta say, the Poorhouse was one of my favorites. Because we got to finally get in there and investigate that place when, like, a lot of the people that we had known and kind of run in the same paranormal groups have talked about it, and they've been able to kind of investigate there. Also teaming up with What Goes Bump, because it's What Goes Bump. Shout out to you guys, we love you. But we got a lot of really cool activity out there, as far as like some of the responses we got, things that were coming through on the Ovulus, some of the things that were coming through Spirit Talker, and then one of the things that like we saw in the hallway when we were all kind of like conglomerated together.
Yeah.
Wild. And then this next one is kind of like, we didn't have much activity, but I think it was really cool because we got the opportunity to go out to, was it the old schoolhouse in Bloomingdale?
Oh, yeah, the old schoolhouse.
Where we ended up putting on a little presentation about paranormal investigation and kind of what it is and that sort of thing. And afterwards we were able to do a small little mini investigation of kind of like the little area around there, and kind of like see if there were any spirits around there. We got some activity, not much, but like just the history of things out there was pretty cool.
This one won't be on a video, so I think we can actually like talk about like one of my favorite parts of that whole thing was, I think, was it you or Ken that was under Estes?
Oh, I believe it was me.
So we were in this old schoolhouse and Spencer was under Estes, and I can't remember what question was asked.
It was something about school, because it used to be an old schoolhouse, and I remember one of the responses I heard come through on the S box was, "You're late for class."
Yeah.
And it was wild out because like afterwards, like I had taken the headphones off and I was like, did any of that make sense? But the whole like school thing, that really kind of like, when I heard it come through on the headphones, it kind of like struck a nerve within me, because I was like, I already kind of knew that it was an old schoolhouse, so it was like, whoa, late for class.
Me too.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be late.
But yeah, that one was a lot of fun too, and that was like our first time actually presenting.
Yeah,
that was wild. Wish you could have been there for that one, because
Yeah, that was sadly one that I was not able to attend for various reasons, but yeah, maybe we'll get to go back. And
we got permission to go back.
Yeah, they did invite us back, so like, I mean, we can get a full-on investigation out there, so that would be pretty fun to do.
Yeah.
And it's pretty close, so
yeah, that's nice.
yeah.
So that is that's it for this year. So we're gonna go into goals for next year.
yay!
Goals.
Goals.
Ghouls and goals.
This is what happens when all three of us are here. Chaos happens. Chaos. So, we are still trying in the last few days of 2024 to get to our goal of 200. We're so close. We're at 194.
Yes, we're so close, you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please like this. Please like and subscribe.
It's free. The chaos is free, okay?
It's free chaos.
Free chaos.
It's free.
You can't.
It's free 99.
It's free
99.
But our goal for 2025, we're being kind of ambitious.
Kind of.
We're being ambitious. Is going to be 350. We are heading for 350. I'm hoping we can do it.
I hope we can do it. I think we can do
I
it.
think we can do it. Once we start pumping out a lot of content again, bless you.
Thank you.
I think that it will help a lot. And for that, I am so excited. Like I said, it's free. Free to subscribe. Free to follow.
Free 99.
Free 99. But with that, we are also going to try to bring more content to both the YouTube channel and the podcast to keep it interesting. So, do you want to talk about some of the things we are going to be bringing?
So one of the things that we talked about bringing back to the channel was like arts and crafts stuff, like crafting. Julia does resin stuff. I do like mermaid tops and things like that. I want to bring back my mermaid content, swimming footage.
Definitely want to bring back swimming footage.
Yeah, because I think that did pretty well back when we were doing it, and we unfortunately, because of various things in our happening in our lives, we kind of fell off from doing them because we weren't able to like get out to the pool very often. Just various things coming up there, but we're gonna try to get back in the pool more often this year and
get back in that pool.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll bring some more mermaid content to the channel and the podcast.
It's an atrociously expensive hobby, but I hope to maybe bring some more unboxings and like opening of like Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster packs to the channel. I think also some of the challenges we used to do would be fun.
I have a good one in mind. It's not gonna be spicy.
Yeah, no more
spicy.
spicy challenges. No more.
No more. I might do the one chip challenge. I won't put these two through it again. I get yelled at enough for the one I did before.
I almost died.
But yes, more challenges would be fun.
Like little different trivia things I think would be fun. And just all around more content, more chill, hanging out stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if we can like do a live of like just our internal chaos of like maybe playing Jenga or Uno or
the chaos that is both of those things.
Yeah.
If we hit 200, we can do another live. Or we can do a live. We can do our first live and do Jenga and Uno and just chaos.
You hear that, folks? If we get to 200 subscribers, we will grace you with a live of us playing chaotic Jenga.
Yes.
Chaotic Jenga.
Another couple big things I want to do more of is I'm going to do more travel vlogs. I enjoy doing those so much, and like I have so many ideas of how to edit them. It's just actually going out and traveling and doing that.
Traveling takes money.
Traveling takes money and gas, which also costs money.
And time.
And time. Adulting.
0 out of 10, completely atrocious.
0.
Would not recommend.
Would not recommend. But also with traveling, I also want to attempt to either bring to the channel or to the podcast, whichever comes first. I want to try to do like either like mini one-shot campaigns of D&D. Our big thing has always been like rolling the D20 of fate to see where you land. Our logo is a D20.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have like a lot of...
We don't have any D&D content.
Now, disclaimer. We are not professional D&D players. So I think we've kind of been a little reluctant to show you our campaigns and our DMing styles and stuff like that, just because we're not necessarily by the bookers.
Yeah, we go off the book a lot.
We don't want any like by the bookers coming after us. Rules,
lawyers, don't come for us.
We do this for fun, not to be
politically correct.
Yeah. My brain just went.
Well, I think when it comes to like the campaigns and stuff, we're all at least we're seasoned players, but we're unseasoned like DMs, and like especially like live, or like when it comes to recording or live streaming, like our gameplay, that is a little more something we're not necessarily like entirely reluctant to do, but it's taking the step off that ledge to
It's
actually
getting out of that comfort zone.
Yeah. And as they say, life begins outside the comfort zone.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel if we do take that step, that would be a cool thing to record for people, and might gain more followers and listeners.
Right. And like that was the whole like big thing with starting this channel initially, and then the podcast is with Unis Honest. It was all about trying something new and that you never have before, and getting outside that comfort zone. So I feel like it would be the appropriate time to bring that in.
Shout out to Unis Honest.
Memento Mori. Let's see. Places we want to investigate and whatnot.
Oh, did you think we wouldn't be doing any more investigations?
We are. We are.
We have a few ready at the...
Not ready.
Well, not ready as so far
Ideas.
as ideas as to where to
Yeah.
go.
So, do you want to start with the big first idea of where we want to investigate?
Of course. So, as you know, or you might not know, we're
Depending.
huge fans of Sam and Colby. YouTubers, of course. YouTubers extraordinaires. And they have purchased a haunted school. I believe it's called Farrar Elementary.
Yes.
And it's actually within travel distance of us, so we thought it was gonna be like all the way out in Cali or wherever,
like on the opposite side of the states.
So yeah, it's like a 6-hour drive from us, so
Which
it's
is
doable.
It's still kind of a long drive, but I mean
it'll be a road trip for sure.
Yeah.
It's manageable.
Yeah, it's not like driving halfway across the country
Or all the way across the
or
country.
all the way across the country.
So that's on our big list for next year, hopefully.
If we can get in there.
Money pending.
Money pending. The next one would be the Night House down in Kentucky. It's another one that's far down there, but also like it looks so cool, and like I just like ever since I've started seeing stuff about it, I'm like, okay, I really want to go to this place. It seems so like awesome. So it's on my list. Don't know if it'll be next year, but it's in the future.
It's on the list.
I'm manifesting. Yes. What about for you?
So I've got a couple of them. One of them is probably more unattainable because of how expensive it is. But personally, I would really like to investigate Henderson Castle.
Okay.
Like, just because, I mean, it's cool. I mean, we were there once, and it seemed relatively spooky just in itself, staying there. But I know they tend to charge quite a bit for...
I can't remember how much they charge.
If they charge for investigations. I know they do, like, things around Halloween.
And they do group investigations.
And then another one that I was thinking of that you had mentioned earlier was the Eden Springs. I would like to go back to Eden Springs and do another investigation there.
I need Michelle to experience Eden Springs.
It was
Yippee.
it was eye-opening because that was, I think, maybe our second
one.
investigation. Yeah. And well, that was me, Julia, and Ken. And that one, I mean, as you've already seen some of the footage from before, like, it was kind of intense, especially in some areas.
In the beer garden.
Oh yeah, definitely. That growl that you heard, and
the satanic crawfish.
Satanic crawfish.
Satanic crawfish.
Eventually gonna get t-shirts made.
Eventually.
Our boys at What Goes Bump knows.
Yep.
Yep. Trevor knows.
Shout out to Trevor and Riley.
Then I feel like we want to try to get up to Mackinac Island.
Yeah, there's a lot of locations up there, and just Mackinac Island in general.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to see, like, the
Grand Hotel is like the peak part of it, but also
There's a lot of history
yeah.
up in Mackinac. Just from when I went and visited Mackinac Island with my family as a teenager, it was just one of those locations that, like, you wanna delve deep into the history and really kind of like bring it out and see what might be there, you know.
That's two other locations I would love to get into. Is I want to do a jail. So I want to do the jail that's out in Allegan, because that's the one I know that actually does investigations. And I want to get to Eloise Asylum in Detroit. I want to do it. I want to do an asylum. I want to do a jail. I did a hospital. Did a couple mansions.
Would that make us basic ghost hunters?
No. That would make us have a fun experience, hopefully.
I mean, there would just be more to add to the repertoire of already.
Our interesting list that we have
Yeah,
going.
exactly. But, like, I feel a lot of these are also going to depend on monetary value,
and money.
time, if we can get time off work, if we can get time to where we can all get time off together
Yeah.
and kind of collab and stuff. But, I mean, these are hopefully attainable dreams for the future, and as far as the channel and the podcast go, we just want to keep producing content for you guys.
Which I didn't even talk about. Like, my big goal for 2025 for the podcast is going to be getting to 2,000 downloads. I'm already at 620 something, and I'm like,
That's still pretty
that's
good,
amazing.
considering you just started it a little while ago.
I started in May.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just about, what, 6 months?
Yeah. 6 months
It's
and
about 100 followers or 100 downloads a month.
almost, yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's amazing.
then like this is episode 18. Like, I'm almost at 20 episodes. Like, what is happening right now? But did we have anything else to add?
There's a couple more locations I kind of wanted to add to that location list.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called, but it was a mansion, I think, that the guy who owns the poorhouse told us about. I can't remember the name of it. It starts with an M. I think
It's
I know
Madison. No, it's not Madison. It's the one that's...
Is it Morton? The Morton House?
That might be it. I don't have
That's not too far from here, I don't think.
No, if I remember, was
Was
it
that
in
the one
Waterville or was that in
That was-
Coloma?
Is it Benton Harbor?
Oh, it was
Coloma,
Ben Harbor, I think.
if I remember.
Yeah, it was Ben Harbor.
Yeah, it might have been the Morton House or something to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially we might go back and edit, but but yeah, I could see going there. I know they weren't too keen, from what we heard, on like investigations and like recording and that kind of thing, but like just to even go out there and kind of like
just to experience it off camera and then be able to like recount the experience would be awesome.
I mean, that could be an idea for just a podcast episode in
Yeah.
itself. Like, so if we don't record anything, we just go out there, experience it, and then come back and report our experience, you know.
And then the other one that I was thinking about was the Oliver Mansion down in South Bend. Because I believe the guys who own the Birdsall Mansion now own the Oliver Mansion, if I'm
Don't quote
correct.
us.
I do not know for sure. I heard a rumor. But it's the Oliver Mansion is said to be haunted as well, and I've always like kind of driven by it and have been like, oh, it looks so cool from the outside. Like I've always wanted to go into it and explore it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of another location I'd like to be able to do this year if we can.
And a return to Birdsell would be kind of cool, but it has to be warm.
It has to be warm. Yeah.
I can't do another like March investigation. That was too cold. At least not in the Midwest.
And hopefully a porta potty.
Please.
Like, I'll pay for it. We can rent one. Like,
Please.
One more investigation that I'd like to do.
All the investigations.
All the investigations.
If we could ever, try to come across it, I believe was it the Queen Mary or
yep.
Doing investigations on again.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely like to do that. But that would probably be like
that one's a longer drive.
Yeah, isn't there one like Ironsides or something that's up in Muskegon?
Silverside, if I
Silverside.
remember correctly, they don't.
They don't.
I don't think they do anymore.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
But a haunted ghost ship
Yeah.
is,
Gotta do a
is
ghost
on
ship.
the list.
Yes, Ghost Ship is on
Ghost
the
ship?
list.
Asylum, jail, all the things.
All the things.
All the things.
We're getting ambitious this year.
We're
Yeah.
getting ambitious. We're manifesting. It's gonna happen. I do want to take a moment to thank everyone who's supported the channel, who's supported the podcast. We couldn't be here without you guys. Like, thank you for your patience whenever everything's like with the channel and like getting videos out, and like just taking the time to actually listen to the podcast. It means the world to us. And with that, all that being said, you can find us wherever you get your podcasts. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe.
Ring that bell for notifications. Share with your friends.
And we will see you in our next video and/or podcast.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. Happy New Year.
Happy New
Year.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.